Welcome back, everybody, to Going for Two with Jack Taylor. My name is Jack Taylor.
My name is Hunter, too.
And like I said, this is Going for Two with Jack Taylor. First episode of Season 3. Who would have thought we'd ever make it 3 seasons?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what would have stopped us.
Yeah, I mean, there are actually no roadblocks in our way doing this.
There's no adversity to any of this.
No one's told us to stop.
We've paid our dues. Our dues are paid. No, they're due September the 16th. We better pay them or all of our information is gone off of the internet.
Dude, people are going to be really surprised in 2 years when all of our stuff gets re-uploaded.
But welcome back. Thank you again for listening and sticking with us. A lot happened this summer. What did happen this summer?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged?
Yeah, that's
not to me.
Yeah.
And I made an A in my summer class, which was cool.
That's a pretty good summer.
Yeah.
I went to the beach.
Okay. I went to I went to Starkville. I stayed in Starkville.
Yeah, I mean, all around good summer.
Yeah,
good summer.
I enjoy it. Nothing much happened besides those things.
Still trying to get through COVID.
Yeah, wearing a mask in class.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing changed in a year. Nothing changed. Mississippi State University. So.
Yeah. So you think any changes are coming this football season? Are we still going to be the same old?
Yeah, I think we're just going to go back to traditional Mississippi State, really pounding the rock with the running game.
Mike Leach is laughing in the corner right
now. One thing that I never really thought about is for years people were like, hey, our offense is too one-dimensional. I hate all this running the ball stuff.
One season of 75% passing, and we're like, why are we so one-dimensional?
Can we run the option? I guess we can. What if we come out the first game and we're running the triple option?
I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'd be there for it.
Yeah,
maybe it would stop the Rush 3 drop rate.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, so with that being said, let's get into our team expectations. And with the air raid, most important thing is the quarterback. And there were some people that thought Will Rogers wasn't going to win the starting job. He didn't even have to compete for it seemed. I mean, toughest competition from Chance Lovertich,
Yeah, Jack Abraham came in from Southern Miss and was supposed to be a big name. He played in the spring game and did well, but a concussion has taken him out of really any contention for the starting spot or any spot at this point. And so, kind of hate that for him, but I don't know why he transferred here anyway.
Yeah.
I really don't know what
from
his
the beginning,
was.
Kind of seemed like a bad move. I wasn't thinking he was taking Will's spot.
Yeah.
You didn't. It seemed like the media was just talking about it because people were asking about it.
Yeah, we didn't have any other sports going on, so we didn't know what to.
We
didn't know what to talk about.
Really, in the spring, summer, there was really nothing to talk about. So, these position battles were just it after spring practice. So, how do you feel about having Will Rogers?
I think later in the year last year, he looked really good. He was sharp, really connecting with Jaden Walley especially. Mm-hmm. And so I think as he's a team leader, it looks like on social media, he's kind of won the hearts of the team, and the fans are next.
Dude, Malik Heath loves him.
Does he?
Yeah, you can tell by
the way he kicks people.
The live stream after the bowl game, he's like, "Where's Will?" And you can hear Will not responding at all and just getting out of there, not wanting to be on his Instagram live after he kicked a man in the face.
Yeah,
that was a fun bowl game.
Like I said, winning the hearts of the team.
That was a big black eye for the sport of college football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Penn State never did anything that was a black eye to the sport. Wow, we're really starting off the year hot, aren't we?
I kind of like Kirk Herbstreit, but that was
that was an all-time bad.
Yeah. All things considered, I really do like Will Rogers. I think this will be a big year for him. If things go well, he could have he could break a single season record for passing.
It's like 3,800, right?
Yeah, I think that's the number we're shooting for, and I don't know if he reaches that, but if he does, it's gonna be a special year.
Yeah, everything that we said last year about KJ Costello, dude, this guy's him starting every game. Surely he gets these.
Surely, if he throws 650 yards a game, It'll happen, right?
Remember when I was like, chalk up 600 versus Arkansas. He didn't.
Vanderbilt. He wasn't even on the team when we played Vanderbilt.
Last year was so weird. I didn't enjoy that. And then people. Running back won't be as weird this year.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because as you said, our running backs are not 17 years old anymore, and they don't look like they're 17 years old.
Yeah.
Dylan Johnson.
Dylan Johnson is huge now.
He's going to be a big time back for us.
And people have said that Marks has looked like a running back this year. Last year, like he looked like a kid out there.
Yeah.
Didn't really look like an SEC running back. And I'd assume that kind of, like, me and you both watched the games. We throw it to our running back. You're like, oh, okay, get him out in space. He'll make a man miss.
He didn't.
They never really did last year.
Yeah, and most of the time it wasn't their fault. Most of the time it was like a late check down and linebackers are already over there. But this year, if we can get him in space against a cornerback, please.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw at the end of the season, we fed Marks.
Yeah, we really did. And now we got running backs that are more experienced, they're bigger and better, and I think this could be a big year for them too. And the success of them really is going to have an effect on what Will Rogers can do at quarterback, because if teams have to respect our running game, then things are really going to open up for us.
I'm really excited for this year. I mean, I know we were excited last year. Kind of overlooked some obvious things like, wow, I bet transitioning from one of the most run-heavy non-Naval Academy schools to being the most pass-heavy in the country is going to be easy.
It's hard, yeah.
It wasn't easy. So, I mean, it's a transition year again. I mean, hoping to see the offense come around better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they're going to, it's good. It has to happen. So, like...
And our defense, I know we'll talk about it in a little bit, but the defense is still going to be good.
Yeah, the defense is good.
Zach Arnett's still here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm excited for the defense. I said earlier, quarterback's probably the most important thing, but last year we saw wide receivers make a big difference.
Yeah.
If you have a guy out there being a dog like Jaden Walley was late in the season, offense looks completely different than it did.
The game against Georgia, I'm just spitballing some games here. Georgia, Ole Miss, Missouri all look good, and the thing that those three games have in common is Jaden Walley. Yeah. I mean, he broke out in that game against Georgia, and I mean, he let it ride out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And he's going to be here for a full season this year, and he has a really good chance of breaking a record this year for receptions or yards, whatever.
I mean, how do you feel about our wide receivers this year?
Well, the name I keep hearing, and I really don't know much about him at all, is Mekhi Polk. I think he's just a big guy that's going to be a red zone target for us. I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's going to lead the team in receptions by any stretch, but, I mean, I think he's going to be a really big asset for us in the end zone.
I remember last year we were talking about, there won't be one guy that's going to get the ball a whole lot. It's kind of going to be distributed around like 7 guys. I really don't know if that's how it's going to be this year.
I'm seeing like four names.
Four or 5. I'll put Tulu in there.
Okay. And you know Austin Williams is going to get touches.
Yeah.
You know Jaden Wally's going to be there. Malik Heath, assuming that he plays a full season.
Dude, I don't know. He's going to get suspended.
He might get arrested.
That was the biggest overreaction.
Ole Miss fans are like, they need to press charges against him. Yeah, like getting targeted earlier in the game isn't just as bad.
That was such a weird game.
Yeah.
And then Mekhi Polk, in practice, has been with starting wideouts. So, I mean, he jumped over Caleb Ducking there. So
yeah. So I mean, I think we're in good hands in the wide receiver room as long as we don't have to get too deep into the room.
Dude, I wonder how Shavers is gonna do this year.
My player of the year from last year, you mean?
Who was mine? Mine was Kylan. Our players didn't make it past week 3.
That's pretty sad.
We're good at this. That's why we're not picking players of the year this year.
I think I might.
Okay, let's pick player of the year this year. Okay.
All right. So, if there's anything that we didn't see last year, if there's one thing we didn't see, KJ Costello and Will Rogers running the football.
Yeah, Will ran off some later in the season.
He did,
which I really enjoyed. And I think if you take up about all of my complaints last year in the game reviews, a good 45% of them was when we run the ball, like hand it off to our running back, and their defensive end goes down. Our quarterback can, like it's designed in the play, can run it because there's not anyone for 10 yards. And it never happened last year, but it appears that that's going to be a thing now, and that has me very excited.
Yeah, that's called Mike Leach adapting for his life.
Which I watched some Washington State games because I was like, okay, this offense has to have something else last year. And there was some stuff. There was a few little quarterback runs with some shovel option. Last year, not having the offseason must have been really, really big for them.
And we started seeing that, very soon.
Yeah.
Like the LSU game, we thought this was just the greatest thing ever. And then by week 2, we knew that something was wrong.
Yeah.
It never got fixed. But we did see KJ Costello try to run the ball at least one time, and then got like 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and then threw an interception probably.
I remember we were watching that game, and you said just turn it off, and I was like, yeah. We put it on the small TV and turned on the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
It was just sad to watch.
And then you just for some reason had to watch that game over 3 more times.
Yeah.
You did it to yourself.
That was a rough time.
Yeah. So seeing QB runs, QB options a little bit more, hopefully. But none of that really matters if the O-line doesn't get better.
And earlier I alluded to probably like 40% of my complaints in the game reviews
the other
or the QB running stuff. The other 60% was actually our offensive line. They were bad.
Yeah.
Like really, really bad.
Cole Smith being a starter, that's bad.
Yeah, not him being your starting center.
Island being kind of a liability.
Wasn't good. Wasn't
great.
It has to be better this year.
Yeah.
Scott Lashley's here, which is good. He seems to have locked up the starting right tackle spot.
Yeah.
I feel great about that. Anyone there, I feel good about. That wasn't starting there last year. Charles, he's second team All SEC.
Yeah.
So, people are kind of seeing Charles is kind of growing into it. And, Charles had a great game against Alabama. As much as we lost by, I thought he played great against Alabama. Him versus Byron was a great matchup to watch when I watched that game 5 times.
Yeah. Got Dollar Bill at right guard. He's supposed to be the starter, which, I really don't know much about him. I do know he's 6'8", so that's always fun. And then anybody not named Cole Smith starting at center.
Yeah.
So you got LaQuinston Sharp, who I actually have heard the name before, so that's a good
he played
sign.
some guard last year. We moved him over to center.
Yeah.
And then Cameron Jones over to left guard. So now, if someone goes down, we can put Cole Smith anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Scott Lashley goes down, Dollar Bill moves out the right, Cole Smith goes to right guard. Everything can kind of move because both of our guards are tackles. Our center is a guard. Cole Smith can play guard and center. So everything can fix itself.
Yeah.
So there's more depth. Cole Smith isn't starting. Sorry, Cole Smith, but
if you're listening to this, why?
Turn it off.
Why? Why are you here?
Yeah. It looked good when he did the
choo-choo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool.
I like a good offensive lineman celebration.
He did the crop top with the jersey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look for him. And as we alluded to earlier, or just outright said it, I guess, the defense is still going to be good. Zach Arnett is still here. He's still going to be blitz heavy and still going to be a fun defense to watch. We've got probably the best cornerbacks in the country, the best duo, with Forbes and Emerson. And then you got Furge backing them up. And, it's just going to be a fun year on the outside. We actually have defensive backs. We have safeties, which...
Yeah, there's depth.
Yeah.
So not a lot of these guys are walk-ons.
Yeah.
Which I think in points last year, I think we had 3 walk-ons in our defense on the field.
A guy named Sherman Timms playing against Ole Miss. Had Guidry getting burnt on every single pass from Matt Corral. Walk-ons are having to play walk-ons is the reason we lost the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
And we probably brought like 40 players to that game and lost by 7.
Yeah.
So I feel good about the defense.
Yeah.
D-line's still pretty strong.
One issue. Jordan Davis out for the season.
Yeah.
Knee injury. I was excited for Jordan Davis this season.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was gonna do big things this year. But Jaden Crumedy just moves on over.
Yeah. Got Jaden Crumedy moving over, like you said, and then some names that we're familiar with. Jack Harris. We may not. I didn't think of him as a starting defensive end, but he has the quality to start. But he's
in that rotation. Him and Randy Charlton.
Yeah, and we've still got King Ani. Even further down the depth chart, but he could still come in and make plays. Nathan Pickering not starting. Cameron Young is over him, but Nathan Pickering is a huge name. Who, if he can figure it out and get back in shape.
I thought he was really good at times last year. I know on Thunder and Lightning they said, he doesn't look like he's in football shape, and then like 4 days later they're like, I guess we were wrong.
Yeah. So really expecting him to be a part of that rotation.
Yeah, I really like Nathan.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Randy Charlton there, DeMonte Russell. I like it. My only question mark here is this is our first year in 14 years where Errol Thompson isn't middle linebacker.
Yeah, the SEC is going to look a lot different without Kellen Mond and Errol Thompson. Like, what are we going to do without these old heads in here? I don't really know.
Yeah, so at linebacker we have Tyler Sweet, Nathaniel Watson, and Aaron Brule as our starters. Behind them, I don't feel the best about our depth here.
Yeah.
Rodney Gross.
Had the TikTok.
Yeah, TikToker Rodney Gross. It feels weird that he's who I feel best out of on the second string linebackers.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any practice, didn't watch spring game or anything, because I don't learn anything from the spring game.
Yeah.
You're playing against your own people. You don't learn much.
Yeah, and we have heard from scrimmages that the offense is really struggling to score, and from time to time, and that's. You could see that as a bad thing. You could overreact to that if you want to. I just see that as our defense is really good.
Yeah, I see that as Martin Emerson and Emmanuel Forbes doing their job.
Yeah, and I don't know what our defense is running in practice. I think this week they're supposed to start running rush through drop 8 to get us in real
They'll be going
preparation
against the twos at that point, though.
Yeah, and so do with that what you will, but I don't think that's a very big deal because our defense is dang good.
Yeah,
and I think everybody's going to struggle to score against them. So.
Again, special teams. We have a lot of good kickers. Kind of weird. Not Bama kickers, am I right?
We get Brandon Ruiz back for one more year, and he's going to be surely starting to kick off and place kicking.
Dude, he lives here.
Does he really?
Yeah, I've seen him like 5 times.
Nice.
Yeah. His earrings are cool.
Tucker Day is back for a 19th season, and finally got freshman Hayes Hammond, my old neighbor in Oxford, going to do some long snapping for us this year. So he's a Barstool athlete as well.
Really? Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, that kind of goes all over all of our players for this year and how we feel about them. I think what I want to do next is
what we got clowned for a little bit last year.
Yeah, let's go down our schedule predictions.
All right.
And this is just for Mississippi State. And we did this before, and we're just going to go down on this.
All right.
Okay. Starting off with Louisiana Tech.
Next weekend.
Okay, what do you have?
I have... that's a win.
Okay. I also have that as a win for Mississippi State.
And I really need that to be a convincing win, too, to make me feel confident about any of the picks that I'm about to make.
People keep talking about La Tech like they're good. They're not.
They're not good.
They're not. Just because they play hard, they're not good. They're not like Memphis where they're actually good.
Yeah.
La Tech is bad.
They're a bad team.
We have to convincingly win against them.
Yeah.
or red flags start coming up. Okay.
The next team that comes up is not a bad team. They're a
They are
non-conference
good.
game coming to Starkville, the North Carolina State Wolfpack. And what you got on that one?
It's a night game in Starkville.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll play. I have us winning this game. Night in Starkville.
Yeah.
We'll start feeling good about ourselves right here.
I don't know. Playing Power 5 non-conference games always kind of scares me. Think back to Tyler Russell playing against Oklahoma State in like 2010, 2011, and then us playing Kansas State here a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They just doesn't seem to go well for us.
Yeah.
And whether it's a night game or 3 a.m. or 3 a.m.
That would be a night game.
West Coast football. No, 3 p.m. game. This is a night game. It doesn't matter. I think they're still going to beat us. So we're 1-1 at that point.
Dude, that's probably the most impressive win for the NC State Wolfpack. I'm like, wow. I bet they weren't in the news a whole lot over the summer. Next up is Memphis. This is going to be the hottest game ever played on Earth. I think it's like I think it's just a noon kickoff.
Who even does that anymore? Make it 11 a.m.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to start this one off. I think we're going to beat them.
Yeah, me too. I have us at 3-0 right now.
We're sitting pretty. We're having a fun year at this point for you. And 2-1 in my book. So.
I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, you played a top 25 team. I mean, NC State is good.
Yeah.
Not sure if they're ranked, but I have them up there. I mean, they won like 8 games last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
SEC schedule starts here.
all right. So this is where we started their overreactions last year.
Mm-hmm.
Playing LSU at home. And I'm going to start this one off, too. I think we're going to lose this game.
I have us beating LSU.
See?
I think this will be Ed Orgeron's last year as a coach.
You think that's his last game?
No. I do not.
All right. So at this point, after the LSU game, I say we'll be 2-2. Hunter, you have us at a very optimistic 4-0.
Probably ranked at this point.
Yeah. And moving into a pretty good team.
Yeah.
A should have been playoff team from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Playing A&M at A&M. What you got?
I have us losing this game.
Really?
Yeah, Brandon Walker's losing the bet.
All right. I'm going to go a loss here, too. So we're 2-3. And that's all I
have
got.
us at
They're
4.
a really good team.
Yeah. And
We played them well last year.
Yeah.
But, you know what?
And going in
Still lost.
to an even better team, some would say. I'm not some people. Going into
Wait, we're hosting.
Yeah, we're hosting Alabama
in their down year.
I'm sure that'll make a difference.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, these games at Davis Wade that I'm definitely giving us the advantage in so far. No, we're gonna lose this game.
Yeah, I agree.
2-4.
4-2.
Then moving on to a game, another tough team, Vanderbilt with a new coach. I think I'm gonna give us a win here. Vanderbilt was 0-10 last year. They do have a couple wins on this schedule. They get to play like Eastern Tennessee State. They get to play UConn.
Yeah.
They get to play Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Could be another win for them, but no.
I'm sure everything went great for them last time they played Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just beat them here in Starkville. We both have us winning this game.
Yeah. So at this point, I have us at 3-4. Hunter, you're at 5-2. Moving into the Kentucky game, and this is the game that I'm always kind of scared to pick. Last year, I said that Kentucky would beat us before the season even started, and I got clowned for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all 6 people that listened to the show were like, "Jack, what are you doing?"
Jack, it's Kentucky.
Like, we're gonna beat them. It's like we might not score more than 2 points on them.
Our offense may get outscored by our defense.
And so yeah. I say again, we're going to lose to Kentucky, even though it is in Starkville, and the home team is supposed to win this rivalry game, whatever. We're losing, and we're at 3-5 at this point. But just wait, the come up is about to happen.
Yeah, it's in Starkville. I think it's been like 10 years since Kentucky won in Starkville.
Yeah,
it's going to be 11.
All right, there we go.
Well, more than 11 because it would be next year. But yeah, put us at 6-2.
I got us at 3-5. Moving into a game that almost, exemplified our season last year was the Arkansas game. The game I went into so confidently and left so
broken is the word.
I don't know if I was broken after Kentucky. I was confused after the Arkansas game. But I'm going to give us a win in Fayetteville this year. So I'm excited about that game.
So we're through the hard part of our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving this one to Arkansas. I have us now at 6-3.
No.
You have us at 4-5.
I love your reasons for these. We're through the hard part. So that's our third loss of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got us a win against Arkansas. So I've got us at 4-5. You at 6-3, going into the Plains at Auburn. What you got?
I have us losing to Auburn.
All right, first year head coach.
Bo Nix season.
Yeah, Bo Nix at Auburn
dude,
is a Heisman winner. He's Cam Newton.
He's gonna be so good.
And for that reason, I have us winning. There's no consistency in my picks, which there doesn't need to be because it's college football. So I'm at 5-5 right now. We're on the upward trend here, and you're at 6-4. We're slowly trickling down on your.
Haven't had a win since week 7. Things aren't feeling the best here.
And then we get to go. Wait, we're not going to Tennessee State. We're hosting Tennessee State, hopefully, and we're 6-5 because I give us a win on that one.
Yeah, I have a 7-4. So we can win there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so not really any discussion about that one. But moving into the Egg Bowl, which, as we talked about earlier, we were not good. We were not deep at all last year. We had probably 40 players and lost the game by 7. And even though Ole Miss had the game in control the whole time, we played them really well with nobody. And,
yeah, Will had a great game against them, but so did everyone in the SEC. They
Let me remind you, Will Rogers was the leading passer in that game.
Dude, they reached 100% vaccination rate, so maybe they finally have some defense.
Did their backup punter get vaccinated?
Yikes. Okay, so do you have us winning this game?
Yeah, we're winning the Egg Bowl. Their defense is terrible.
Yeah, their defense is terrible.
Their offense is awesome, but our defense is good.
Their defense is horrible. I think we'll take advantage of it.
Yeah. I think Ole Miss is going to be a good team this year.
Yeah, Ole Miss is good.
They're going to have a great year. They're going to have a bad night in Starkville, though.
Yeah. And for that reason, I have Ole Miss winning.
Which brings both of our season totals to 7-5. We got here in 2 different ways. Hunter's might have been a little bit more fun because we got ranked at one point. I'm just having us flying below the radar and getting to the Birmingham Bowl and having a good time.
That'll be great.
I don't think we're going to get a bid at the Armed Forces Bowl ever again.
I don't think they want us.
I don't think we respect the troops. But Will Rogers did them.
Yeah, Will Rogers did do the thing. Remember when Jalen Hurts did that?
All right, so we've seen a lot of Mississippi State players get disrespected by not making it into like the All-SEC teams and stuff like that. And so we're going to try to make up for that by picking hardly any Mississippi State players in our All-SEC predictions.
Yeah, we're just going to do QB, running back, and wide receiver.
Because we only like entertaining positions.
Because I'm not going to make a list of offensive linemen. Charles Cross would be on it.
And some 3 guys from Alabama, probably.
And Forbes would be.
Okay. Offensive line?
Maybe. Okay.
He probably could.
So let's do our All-SEC quarterback predictions for the year.
All right. I'm going to be bold and assume he doesn't have 2 6-interception games. And if he can go without that, Matt Corral is going to be the All-SEC quarterback.
Valid. I mean, there's not many, other than JT Daniels, like, who's really coming back that had, like, a great season last year?
Yeah.
There's really no one. And for that reason, I'm going to pick Emory Jones.
Yeah. Finally out of Kyle Trask's shadow, he is a Dan Mullen quarterback.
Yeah.
And
a return to form for Dan Mullen quarterbacks.
And in a year that I really think Dan Mullen, I mean, he's never going to win the big game, but he might win some decently sized games.
Yeah, some decently sized games.
Yeah. Florida's not winning the national championship. They might beat Alabama though.
Whew. Okay.
It's an early prediction.
Okay, so on the running backs.
All right, so I have no grounds for this pick other than I watched Isaiah Spiller run up and down the sidelines against us when we played A&M last year. So for that reason, Isaiah Spiller from A&M.
I'm going to pick the guy with the coolest name, Tank Bigsby. He's good.
Is he big?
Mm-mm.
All right.
They have that big tight end, though. That dude's cool. You know that dude like lines
Probably
up a
has-
fullback sometimes?
Probably has like 8 consonants in a row in his last name.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's an Auburn quarterback or tight end. All right, wide receiver. I know I just said earlier that I wasn't going to pick any Mississippi State players, but my pick for wide receiver is Jaden Walley.
I really do like the pick.
Yeah. I think I'm just reading that on the screen. I think was that supposed to be your pick?
No.
Okay.
No.
I forgot who I
No,
actually
no,
chose.
you got it. I mean, I would understand if you thought I picked Wally there, but I'm going to go with a smart pick here. I'm going to pick a Bama wide receiver.
All right.
Mechie has got this. Oh, Canada. That
That'd
is
be
all.
fun. Yep.
Okay. So that's it really for our like individual picking projections.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on this website. It's playoffspredictor.com, and you can do the entire SEC schedule. And we kind of just went down it, and we kind of convinced each other of different games.
We were in agreement on most of them.
Yeah, just kind of like feelings about like what could happen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if we're doing logical, like this team better than this team, we're never gonna predict it right.
Yeah.
Just because that's not how it works.
Yeah. So we just went gut feeling with each one. We didn't look at is LSU starting off the season 0-6 is Alabama going to lose 2 games? We just thought at that time, whatever our gut feeling was.
This is what's going to happen.
Like, I know that Nick Saban is not going to lose 2 games in a year. But when I thought with my gut, game by game,
yeah, and we did do some like, LSU is going to win a stupid game here.
Yeah.
That they're not supposed to.
Because that's our gut feeling.
Yeah, that's just how we did it. Okay, so we'll start with the West.
All right.
At the top of the West, we have Texas A&M at 11-1.
Doesn't make sense to me, but I like it.
Yeah, and then at number 2 in the SEC, we have Alabama at 10-2.
Mm-hmm. And then where everybody expected Mississippi State, we're at 3rd in the West.
That's 7-5.
Tied with Ole Miss, but since we are winning the Egg Bowl in my mind, we get the tiebreaker.
And then it's Arkansas at 6-6.
Auburn at 5-7, and then to cap it off, a coachless team at LSU.
Yeah, 5-7 on the year.
It's a tough one.
Anything less than 8 wins at Orgeron is out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hope Lane Kiffin likes Baton Rouge. Okay, so on to the East. This ended up being fun. So Florida has a pretty tough schedule this year. They play Bama. And for that reason, the Florida Gators are number 1 in the SEC East.
Going 12-0.
At 12-0. Number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
Easily.
And then what is Dan Mullen going to do?
He's going to lose to the Texas A&M in the SEC championship.
Yeah. That's how it's going to go.
And then number 2, we have Georgia at 10-2.
You have Kentucky at 8-4, followed closely behind Missouri. At 8-4 as well.
Yeah, and then we have South Carolina at 5-7, and then we have the 2 Tennessee schools.
Yeah. First year head coach for Tennessee. Couldn't tell you his name if my life depended on it. He's going to go 4-8 in his first year and probably not be at Tennessee very long because they have unreal expectations for.
Dude, they should just hire Peyton Manning.
I'm sure that's going to happen at some point.
They'll try it. He'll say, not doing
I'll
that.
be the AD maybe.
Maybe.
And then obviously Vanderbilt. Closing it out there at 7-3-9, and so that's that.
Yeah.
That's our prediction for the SEC. It will not
be right at all.
No, I bet A&M will finish last in the West.
I guarantee you they won't.
All right, so we're about to move on to our last segment and our favorite segment still. I mean, that's not changed. We're going to move on to Instagram questions.
More things change the more they stay the same.
And my goodness, we have a lot of them.
A lot of them are from the same people.
Yeah. And so, first question, got to get this one out of the way. Cross country, question mark?
Nope.
All right, next question is from Courtney Purvis. Player to look out for this season? I'd look out for all of them. I mean, come on, Courtney. You got to keep your eyes open. No, Jaden Walley, I think, is a fun one.
I'm going to go Jaquavius Marks.
Okay, I think Tulu at kick and punt return.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
He's going to break up some touchdowns. Favorite MSU logo? from Courtney Purvis?
M over S.
M over S for me.
Okay, cool.
Courtney Purvis, game you're most excited for?
NC State.
NC State. That's going to be a fun one.
Night game in Starkville.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll get dark after the game.
I know I said we were going to lose, but if we win that one, it's going to be a fun year.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
Favorite baseball memory from this past year? I didn't watch any baseball.
Yeah.
Most looking forward to for y'all's senior year?
Graduating. Hey, I do that in December.
All right, Brooks Taylor. Got somebody else asking questions here. Thoughts on our transfer wide receivers? I heard Polk is a beast. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's going to be a big target for us in the end zone. I don't think we're going to see him much just coming down the field, but he's going to score.
Experience is good, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him. He's a Power 5 guy, so definitely has some experience. All right, Brooks also asks, season projections, way too early SEC championship matchup. So we've done that. We have A&M in Florida right now, but that could change.
Yeah.
It will change.
Yeah. Good thing those are way too early, a week before the season. Sorry.
And Drew Robinson, how has the O-line room changed under year 2 of Mike Leach? Smaller, more mobile players?
Actually bigger. 4 tackles, 1 guard as our starting line. Yeah. Which, with the wider splits, I'm good with it.
Yeah, so they don't have to be more mobile since we're splitting wider.
They should be able to move better since they're tackles. Yeah. And they'll have longer arms. I think the average height is 6'8", which is silly. I feel like we have an Arkansas offensive line right now.
Yeah. All right, and this last question, it's a pretty good one actually from Nathan Taylor. Whatever happened to that Mississippi State baseball team? Y'all left us hanging. We did win a national championship.
Oh yeah, that was
it. I've been wondering what was going on. Why haven't you mentioned it?
It just slipped my bigger. No. Yeah, we
natty champs.
We went to school at a time that Mississippi State won its first national championship.
Wonder how many people can say that. Probably 80,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. That was all by design.
So they won. Yeah.
Yeah, this is us telling y'all for the first time. If you haven't heard,
they won.
I hate that this is the way you're finding out. It's not a joke.
It happened.
Dogs won again.
Yeah. Will Bednar's really, really good.
Yeah. And that was all by design. We didn't mean to just not have another podcast, but we did mean to not mention baseball until the very last question.
Yeah, I read that question. I was like, okay, we gotta do something with that. So, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, we're gonna be riding high on that one for a very long time. College World Series champs. But that's it for the first episode of Season 3. Thank you guys so much for listening, and especially thank you guys for sending in the Instagram questions. I hope those keep rolling in like that all year long because it makes the show a lot more fun, I think. But anyway, thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next week with a preview of the game.
Yeah.
All right, bye. Natty champs!
Dude, they won't see us. We don't have a video.
They'll see us post something on Instagram, maybe.
Dude, we're shadow banned on Instagram. If we were shadow banned, I would be concerned.
I'd be shocked.
We haven't done anything.
We copyrighted this music.
We copyrighted a few things.